Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for this webinar on the Connect Now feature powered by GRIP. This Friday, February 19, all attendees and exhibitors will receive an email which provides the link to the platform along with the access key. We invite you to go into the platform, complete your profile, check your system make sure your computer system is optimized to view the platform, and then click into the exhibits and onto the Connect Now feature to set up your profile questions so that you can engage seamlessly with the exhibiting companies participating. Today, I invite Casey Pinella from GRIP to give you a tutorial on how to go through those steps to make it easier for you. Casey?
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today to review the Connect Now feature of the CDS virtual event. My name is Casey Pinella, and I'm going to be walking you through the platform through the eyes of an attendee to show you all of the great matchmaking and networking capabilities you will be able to utilize during the event to build new connections and drive your business forward. So there are thousands of professionals expected to attend CDS this year, and we want to make sure you're able to meet the right professional based off your unique goals, which is why we're going to be using a powerful AI solution to serve you smart recommendations of professionals to meet based off your individual preferences. So today I'm going to be walking you through how attendees can access the Connect Now platform, how attendees can set up their user profile, how they can network within the platform and schedule meetings. So if you have questions at any point throughout the webinar, please send them through the Q&A and we will review them at the end of the demonstration. So now I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you the Connect Now platform. So here we have the CDS virtual midwinter event homepage. So once you've logged into the platform, you will have this landing page here. If you click on exhibitors, you'll be brought down to this next page where you'll be able to see a list of all the exhibiting companies at CDS Midwinter Meeting. You'll be able to use these filters to find the exhibitor that's relevant for you. And you can click on Connect Now at the top to navigate to the networking portion of the event to connect with these exhibitors. Or if you click into any of these exhibiting booths, you'll be brought to their company page, which will look a little like this. And here you can click on the Schedule a Meeting button, which will bring you right into that networking platform. So if I click on Network Now, I'm going to be brought right into the networking platform, the Connect Now feature of the CDS virtual event. The first time you enter the matchmaking platform, you're going to be prompted to go through a quick onboarding process. So the first page is going to ask you to fill out some questions based on your individual preferences. And this data will be used to help serve smart recommendations of professionals to connect with by matching you with those of complementary preferences. So you'll be able to go through and update these fields as they pertain to you. Once you've updated those fields, you'll click Next. And here you'll be able to set the visibility preference of your contact information within the platform. So you can set it as private, meaning no one in the platform can see your contact details. Connections only, meaning only those who you formed a connection with by showing mutual interest can see your contact details. Or public, meaning anybody in the Connect Now platform can see your contact details. Once I do so, I'll select Next. And lastly, we have a data consent form simply asking you to allow GRIP to use your data anonymously for the purpose of strengthening our AI solution. So you'll toggle that on and click Start Networking. And now you'll be brought into the homepage of the Connect Now platform. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you log into the platform is to go to your profile on the top right. Here you'll be able to see your name and some details about yourself based off registration. You'll notice your first and last name. Your headline will appear as where you are, and you'll have the option to add a profile picture here by clicking on that little pencil icon and pulling it from your computer. These details are very important to have filled out and updated because that is what professionals will see first when you're being served as a recommendation. So you want to make sure it's nice and populated. Scrolling down, you will then see your contact details again. So if your phone number is not there, you will be able to add it or update it, and you will be able to adjust your visibility preference if you feel that you need to at any point during the event. As we scroll down, you'll see a couple more fields here, most of which will be pulled in from registration. But if there's anything that needs to be updated or filled in, please feel free to do so, as the more information you have on the platform, the better information professionals have during the event to learn about you and determine if they want to connect and meet with you. So you'll notice these are some basic fields: job title, company, location. And then you'll notice these following fields: authorized purchaser, practice type, products and services interested, and interests. These were the questions I just answered in that onboarding process, and they'll live within your profile throughout the event. So if at any time you need to go back in and make some updates, you can do so by simply clicking in and making the update. Now, this information will be used to determine your smart recommendations using our AI solution. So it's important to have that accurate to your individual preferences. And then lastly, if there's any additional information that you would like to share with users, you can do so in the summary field here. So I just added some test copy for you. If you want to add a bio about yourself or who you're looking to connect with specifically, you could add that information here and it will appear within your profile for professionals to see. Once you update your profile, you're just going to scroll down and click Update Profile, and you'll notice that it's been successfully updated. And if I scroll back up to the top, the next thing I'm going to want to do is go to Manage My Availability. Here you will have the opportunity to block off any dates and times that you're unavailable to meet during CDS. So maybe you're going to be attending the event on specific days or within specific hours. You can update your availability here. So you'll notice meetings will be taking place February 25th to the 27th. And the meetings of the event time is 9 a.m. Central to 5 p.m. Central. Now you'll notice here that the time zone is being shown in New York time because I personally sit on the East Coast. So you're seeing here 10 a.m. and if I scroll down to 6 p.m. This is based off my browser settings. So wherever you're tuning in from and logging in from, you will see your relevant time zone based off your unique browser. So if there are dates and times where you are unavailable to meet, you will simply just find that time block and click on it to mark it as busy. And then you will click Save. Now, at any point if your availability changes, you can go back in and update that as needed. Very easy to do. Really important to have your availability updated because the system is going to take this into account when individuals are requesting meetings with you. The platform is only going to offer times where both parties or all parties are available to meet. So it's really important to have this availability set. Next, you will go to Manage My Notifications. We do recommend having all notifications for the platform turned on to ensure the best user experience. You'll notice that email notifications is automatically turned on. This means that all users will automatically receive an email notification when a connection of theirs sends them a chat message. So it's alerting you of some activity happening within the Connect Now platform, so you don't miss a minute of the event and can jump right back in to have that conversation. Desktop notifications. This allows users to receive push notifications from their desktop browser, triggering any alerts throughout the event platform. So you might have this currently set up for your email, where you see a little pop-up on the top right corner with different notifications. That's what this will allow you to do if you want to toggle that on. And once you're done, you'll click Save. Lastly, at any point during the event, if you would like to export the meeting schedule that you've created for yourself, you'll be able to simply download that as a CSV file by clicking on Click to Generate CSV. And that will pull all the information about your meetings, the date, the time, the individuals who are joining that meeting, and if you shared any feedback following that meeting, it would be there as well. This report will not include personal contact information. So it's important, if you want to retrieve contact information, that you ask for it during the meeting or through chat with your connections, or if they've shared their contacts through the platform and sent their visibility as connections only or public, that you can retrieve those contact information to use after the event. And that is all you need to do for your profile. Really important just to first go in, make sure everything looks good to you, and make sure you've updated or managed your availability. Now I'm going to go back to the home page by clicking Home. And here we have the home page of the platform. So on the left-hand side, you'll notice these action lists, which we'll go through together. On the right-hand side, you'll notice the home button, which is how I got brought back to this page. Notifications, this will illuminate with a little number icon of the notifications that you have. Notifications can be something like you've received a meeting request, or a meeting was rescheduled, or you have someone who's interested in you. You'll be notified of that through the notifications bell throughout the event, and you can quickly click on that notification to be redirected to that portion of the platform. And then you, of course, have your profile we were just at, if you have to go back at any point to update it. On the top, you have a search bar. So if there's anyone specific that you're looking for at the event, you can use that search bar to find relevant information. And then you'll notice on the right-hand side as well, you'll see your connections here. This is a shortcut view just to keep them kind of up in the forefront for you if you like to keep tabs on your connections and chat with them. So you can easily click on your connection and chat with them right through the platform. They'll also appear in your connections list, which we'll review together. But we do have this as a shortcut view just so they're always top of mind. If you want, you can minimize that to give you more room on the home page. So now that you have a better understanding of the platform, I'm going to go through each of the items on the left-hand side and help explain how they can be used for matchmaking and networking. So starting with recommendations for you, which we are at right now. At any given time, you'll receive 10 recommendations of individuals to meet with during CDS based off those onboarding questions that you filled out, as well as the actions that you've taken throughout the platform. So as you show interest and skip, where you request a meeting with users, our platform is going to take all those actions into account to learn about your behavior, learn about your preferences, and serve you more relevant recommendations. So the more engaged you are, the smarter the recommendations will become. You have the option to show interest in a user or skip on them. If you show interest, they'll be alerted that you've shown interest. And once mutual interest is formed, a connection is made. If you want to skip on a user, maybe it's an irrelevant professional that you don't have a need to meet with or connect with in any way, you can skip them. Skipping is anonymous, so they will not be notified that you skipped on them. However, it's really important that you skip on those non-relevant professionals because, again, it will teach the AI solution your preferences to serve you smarter recommendations. So if I click on show interest, we'll see Christina a little bit later in this presentation. Going next to interested in me. Think of these as kind of your inbound leads. These are everybody who wants to connect with you, who's shown interest in you during CDS. So it's very important to monitor the interested in me because these are all inbound outreach coming to you. Once you show interest back, so they've shown interest in me, if I show interest back, you'll notice a handshake is made, a connection is formed, and now they've become a connection. So if I go to my connections on the right-hand side, you'll now see Kevin is here. He's a connection of mine. And if I were to view my connections here as well, you'll see Kevin there. So think about showing interest as sticking out your hand for a handshake. Once someone else shows interest in me back, the handshake is made and the connection is formed. Now, if you want to view their profile, you can quickly do so here, or you can request a meeting, or you can carry on to the next list below. I will show you, if I click on view profile, this is a sample of what a profile can look like in the platform. You notice the individual's name, who they are they a trade professional? Are they a team member? Are they a dentist or an exhibitor representative? You'll see that tag there. You'll see where they're from. Their headline in this example is their location. And they've shared their contact information publicly, so I can follow up accordingly. And again, this is a demo environment. I'll also have details of them below. If they filled out more information about their profile will also be populated here. So again, the more information that you share, the more information I have to go on to determine if I want to connect or if I want to meet with that individual. Since I'm a connection, I can chat with them. I can click on the chat and the window opens up. And again, I can do so if I go to my chats here and click on them here. Now we'll come back to a page like this when we go through requesting a meeting, but this is the view that you'll see later on. If I go to next, my interested list, so these are all of the professionals that I've personally shown interest in. Remember, I've stuck out my hand for that handshake, and I hope to get a mutual handshake, that mutual interest back, and that handshake is formed. So if you remember from the start of our conversation, when I was at the recommended for you list, I showed interest in Christina. So now Christina is appearing here, and this just allows me to keep track of those who I've shown interest in. So you can always go back. You do not need to be a connection in order to request a meeting with an individual. You can request a meeting with anybody at any time during the event. My skip list. So if there are professionals who you're not interested in meeting with or connecting with, you can skip them. I did mention skipping is anonymous, so they will not be notified that you have skipped. But it is very good to skip if they are really irrelevant to you or your business because it will teach our powerful AI software more about your preferences to serve you more relevant recommendations. If I accidentally maybe skipped on someone or I want to revisit them, I can always go and unskip them. And they'll be removed from my skip list and I can interact with them on the platform. Next, going to my connections. So this will be a list of everyone that you have formed a connection with as there was mutual interest from both parties. So once you form a connection with another user, you will be able to live chat, which you see these chat icons here. You'll also be able to easily request or view meetings that you have with your connection. So I have a connection with this individual in the platform. I haven't requested a meeting with Kevin yet, so I can do so. So to request a meeting, you're just going to click on request a meeting, and then you'll see the meeting details below. So I'm requesting a meeting with Kevin. If I want to add additional users to that meeting, I can do so by clicking on the plus sign and adding additional participants of the event. Actually, now you'll notice the date and the time down below. The dates of the event are the 25th, 26th, and 27th. So you'll see those times there, or those dates there, I should say. And below you'll see the times. So here are all the times that were available to meet during the event. You'll notice that they're in 20-minute increments, as that is the set meeting duration for your meetings during CDS. And these times will appear in my unique time zone. So the platform is taking into account my availability, Kevin's availability, in this case, Christina's availability, as we're doing a multi-user meeting, and serving us options of times where we're all available to meet. Now you might have noticed it auto-populated some dates and times. It will do that for you because there is no scheduling that goes into this. All the scheduling work is taken out. So you don't have to worry about anything. The dates and times shown are everyone is available for. However, if you have preferences, you can always go back in and select a different time. Really just a preference at that point. Just as a call out, you'll notice here, invitees cannot be removed once the meeting request is sent. It's just a friendly reminder that once you send this meeting invite, you cannot delete anybody or remove them from that meeting. If you need to do so, you would have to cancel the meeting and then resend a new meeting request. So just make sure when you're setting up these meetings that you know exactly who should be participating. And if you're unsure, just don't add them yet and maybe add them a little later on once you know their schedule and if you would like them to join or not. You'll notice the location is a virtual meeting room. All meetings are taking place in a virtual meeting room. And then you have the option to add a personal message down below. So it's really important to add a personal message. It increases your chances of that meeting request being accepted by 30%. Just going off the basis that if I know the expectations of the meeting, if I know what we're covering, I'm more likely to join it, just having that understanding. So you can use this personal message box to enter any details about the meeting or your interest in meeting with them. So the other individual has kind of more of an understanding. And then you can click send on that meeting request and you'll notice that it has been sent. So Kevin, in this example, he will receive a notification when he's logged into the platform that says that he has a new meeting request. He will also receive a meeting request email sent to his email that he used to register for CDS. And it'll look a little bit something like this. You'll see the CDS event name, the meeting request, and then you'll see the details of that meeting request below. And I can accept it or decline it right here, and it will bring me right back into the platform. Once they've accepted the meeting, you will receive a meeting confirmation. And you'll have those details again here as well. And here you'll be able to link it to your Gmail or your Outlook, whatever email provider you're using. You'll be able to link that email to your email, your work email. So now if I go to my appointments, I will see the meeting request that I just sent out. You'll notice as I scroll through all of these meeting requests, you'll see some tags on the right-hand side. Some are waiting responses, meaning I've sent out the meeting request and I'm waiting for the response. If I need to cancel or reschedule it, I can do so. Others say pending, meaning this is an incoming meeting request that I've received and I could accept it or decline it right within the platform. I can also ask for it to be rescheduled or message the meeting organizer if I need to. So you'll have these identifications on the top hand side showing you the meetings available during the event. Ten minutes before a scheduled meeting is about to start, all confirmed participants will receive an email reminder. And then 5 minutes before your scheduled meeting is about to begin, the virtual meeting room will open to allow participants to enter that virtual meeting room. So I'm going to click accept on this virtual meeting room or this virtual meeting. And if you notice, it is 3:25. This meeting started at 3:20. So I'm going to jump right into this. I've confirmed that I want to join this meeting. And now I have the option to open this virtual meeting room. And that option will appear 5 minutes before the meeting is scheduled to begin. And now I'm brought right into the virtual meeting room. No additional tabs open. It's all embedded right into the platform. I have the details of that meeting up ahead on the top. On the bottom, you'll notice I have the option to turn my camera on or off, turn my mic on or off, to share my screen, and then I can see the people that are joining me for this meeting. So you'll notice I have this meeting here. It's with myself for this demo, but you'll see the details of that individual. And you can also click on chat to have a chat throughout the conversation. On the platform, you cannot attach any files. So if there's anything you want to share during your meetings, please make sure that you have it in a URL format, that it's housed somewhere online, maybe Dropbox or Google Drive. And you can actually send those files through the chat message if you find it relevant. So every virtual meeting room could host up to 50 individuals at one given time. So the example I previously sent was for a 3-person meeting, but you can invite up to 50 individuals per meeting if you need to. And you can come and go as you need throughout this 20-minute meeting. You noticed I jumped in a little bit late. I was 5 minutes late to the meeting. I was still able to come in, and the meeting room will never kick you out. So if you do run over a little bit, it ends at 3:40, you're just wrapping up. It's not going to kick you out of the virtual meeting room. You can stay as long as you want. Just be mindful of other appointments that you might have scheduled throughout the day, so you're not late to those meetings, because you won't be triggered or reminded of that within the virtual meeting room. But you can stay as long as you would like. Simply close the meeting. And that is how you would request a meeting and then enter a meeting once the time begins. And again, the meeting room will open 5 minutes before the meeting is about to begin to allow participants to kind of file in and get ready. Lastly, we have 2 lists here. We have Meet Our Attendees and Meet Our Exhibitors. So I clicked on Meet Our Attendees. Here you'll see a full list of all attendees participating in CDS. You'll be able to click into their profile to view additional details. And again, you can show interest, skip, or request a meeting. Now remember, you don't need to be a connection in order to request a meeting. You request a meeting with anybody within the platform. Once you form a connection by showing mutual interest, however, that's when you get the ability to chat with them. And that's when they'll appear over here, and you click on them for that chat message. You'll be able to use the filters on the top to filter this list if you're trying to find a specific individual within the platform. And same with exhibitors. So here you'll see a list of all the exhibiting companies at CDS. Again, you can use those filters on the top. And you'll be able to click into that company to view their company page. So you'll notice at the top you have their logo, their company name, they're an exhibitor of CDS. You have their summary, and then down below you have their representatives for the event. Now you can show interest or skip on an individual representative if you'd like. Otherwise, if you just want to show interest in that company, you can do so as well by just showing interest here, and they'll be alerted of that and be able to follow up with you. If you personally want to request a meeting with an exhibitor, for example, you do have that option on the right-hand side here. So in this example, I'm requesting a meeting with Derek Gordon for Friday, February 26th from 4:40 to 5 o'clock. And again, these time and dates are auto-populating based off all of our availabilities. However, if you have a preference, you can select from the drop-down and it will adjust accordingly. Now you'll notice that Derek is one of the representatives attached to this company. If you wanted to meet with a specific representative for any reason, you do have the option to click on the drop-down and select from their team here. Or if you wanted to add multiple participants, again, you can click on that plus sign and add those individuals. And then you would just follow through those prompts again, and then click send to send out that meeting request. And lastly, we have return to exhibits. By clicking here, you're going to be brought back into the virtual exhibit hall where we started this demonstration, which will bring you right to this page where you'll be able to explore further. And that is everything to know about the Connect Now feature of CDS Midwinter Meeting. I hope this was helpful. And now we will open up to Q&A and I can help answer some of these questions.
I don't see many questions, Casey, but here is one. Can I request to meet with different booth personnel from 2 different companies at the same time through this schedule a meeting feature?
You can request a meeting with multiple individuals. So you would find the first individual's profile that you want to meet with, and then you click request a meeting, and then you could add the additional individual there. I would just be mindful if you are trying to meet with 2 different companies, you might want to have those as different meetings. However, I know there are some circumstances where it might be a group discussion. So yes, you can just click on the little plus sign and add those individuals here.
Okay, another question is, am I limited to the number of meetings I am allowed to request during the live days of the meeting?
You are not limited to the number of meetings that you can have during the event. No, as an attendee, you are not limited.
If I live chat with an exhibitor in their booth, will that appear in my chat history?
So the chat within the exhibitor profile here is different than the chat within the Connect Now portion. So this chat here will only be between yourself and this other individual of any conversations that you've started during the Connect Now establishment of that connection. So if I chat with Kevin, I just formed that connection earlier today. If I chat with him, all of this conversation history will remain throughout the end of the event.
If people want to meet but are not available during the event, I'd like to schedule after the event. Thus, the need for these contacts post-meeting, please advise. So I guess he's asking, or she's asking, if they can still use this tool after February 27th.
Okay. Well, I would recommend if you aren't able to meet with an individual, maybe during the actual event, that you still form those connections, because then you can at least chat and grab a couple minutes with that individual and exchange contact information if they have not already, if they haven't made that public within the platform, then you could retrieve it there. The platform will be open until March 15th. However, the meeting functionality will only be available during the live event, which is February 25th to the 27th.
Here's a question. When will the list of exhibitors be available? Can we plan for meetings ahead of the February 25th opening?
That's a great question. You're going to get access to this Connect Now platform starting on, I believe it is February 19th. Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong. And then you'll be able to pre-schedule meetings to take place during the live event.
Here's one. Is there a shortcut to order dental supply items straight from the supplier if I have supplier item numbers? Okay, I don't think we can answer that one here. Let's see. Can we access contacts now? You just answered that. Which again is you'll have access to this platform beginning this Friday, February 19, after we send out the e-blast that gives you the link to the platform with your specific or unique 8-digit access key sequence number. How do you, let's see. Some other questions might be, how many staff can participate in a live video chat?
So the virtual meetings can accommodate up to 50 participants at one time. So if you are sending out a large meeting request, it's important to note that when you are requesting that meeting, so if I use this example with Becky, and I'm requesting individuals and adding more participants to this meeting, you can add up to 10 individuals at one given time. So when I first send out this invitation, I can send it to 10 people. Once I send that meeting invite and the first person responds, I will be able to go back into that meeting to add more people to get to that 50-person maximum if I have a meeting that large. And the reason that is broken up into 10-person at a time is because the platform is looking at everyone's scheduling availability and only serving times when all parties can meet. So you can have up to 50 individuals per meeting.
Can I update my preferences more than once over the course of the meeting?
Absolutely. You can go into your profile at any time throughout the event, scroll down to these preferences and update them as you see fit. Just remember, when you update them, scroll down to the bottom and click update your profile. But yes, at any time throughout the event.
If I'm just browsing exhibitors, how can I request a meeting without going through these steps?
So if you're on the exhibitor page, in this example here, and I'll just back up to give you this other view. If you click on exhibits, you're going to land on this page where you'll see all the exhibitors and their virtual booths. If you click into one of those examples, in this case, AnyFest, you will then be brought to AnyFest's virtual booth. If you click schedule a meeting with them, you're going to automatically be brought into this platform on their company page. So in this example, let's just pretend 360 Coverage Pros was AnyFest. If I clicked on schedule a meeting with AnyFest, I'm going to jump right into this view of AnyFest profile, and I can just go right to requesting a meeting here.
Can I schedule a meeting with other attendees?
Yes, you can. You can request meetings with other attendees.
Of the exhibitors attending, do we see their corporate titles?
Within their profiles, if they filled out their job title, you will have that information available when you click into someone's profile.
What information will be available after February 27th on the platform?
After the February 27th, you will still be able to access this platform, and you'll be able to form connections still to chat with users. So I can still show interest in Christina after the 27th. If she shows interest in me back, we'll form a connection and then we can chat. So you still have the opportunity to chat with one another after the event has concluded up until March 15th. And you'll be able to look at their profiles, kind of explore the attendee and exhibitor list. If you haven't had enough time during the event, you can go back and explore these lists, maybe find new connections to make, and you'll be able to chat with them. Now it's important to know if they're sharing their contact information, you'll be able to grab that to follow up with them after the platform shuts down. If they haven't shared that contact information, try to form a connection with them and then ask them in that live chat for their contact information so you can take those conversations offline. Within your profile, at any time, you can also export your meeting. So if you want to have a summary of all the meetings you attended during CDS, after the 27th, you can still go in and export that, and it will show the meetings from the 25th, 26th, and 27th.
I really don't see any other questions regarding this tool. But again, this program is being recorded. We will make the presentation accessible. Oh, I'm seeing questions. I apologize. The site will not be open. Let's see. It says answers. Can we create our profile in advance of February 19 when it opens?
You will not be able to get access to the platform until February 19th. However, some of the information may be already in your profile, such as basic information like your name, first and last name, your location, your company. That information from registration will be pulled in, so you'll already be halfway there, but you'll have to wait until the February 19th to go through that onboarding process and fill out those preferences, which is pretty quick. So February 19th, you'll receive that email. You'll be able to click on Connect Now within the platform to bring you to this portion of the event. The first time you click on Connect Now, you'll go through that quick onboarding process. Once you complete that, you're going to want to go to your profile and make sure all the details are updated. Add your profile picture, and then most importantly, manage your availability.
Okay. I don't see any other questions coming through chat or Q&A. But again, this program is being recorded. It will be available on our website within the next couple of days. Please remember to look for that email this Friday and fill out, log in, take a look around, and be sure to start completing your profiles. There were some questions that did not relate to the Connect Now feature. So one was, how do you sign in for courses that you have registered for at the meeting? You can certainly go back into your registration and you can click on the classes that you want to add to your agenda. Once you're in the platform on Friday, you can go to the lecture tile and you can favorite by starring those courses so that they appear in your My Agenda on the platform. Through registration, if you choose that option, you can add it to your calendar, Google Calendar or your Office 360 calendar, just by clicking on the little calendar icon. I do not see any other questions coming through, but should you have any questions after Friday, please feel free to write to us and we can answer those questions accordingly. One more question, which is not for Casey, is with an all access package, We can access all lectures until March 15. Yes, that is correct. You can view 9 live lectures during the 3 days of the meeting, but you'll be able to see all of the remaining lectures on demand beginning March 1st. This also includes the 12 corporate learning classes, many of which are being broadcast live during the live days, but those are at non-competing times with the official program. The entire platform will go offline on March 15. Another question again is, do you have to register for lectures if you purchase the package? No, you don't. You can certainly favorite them, but you have access to all 117 live lectures in the official program and the 12 corporate learning. So you're already registered for them all with the course package. We just suggest that if you want to favorite them and have it appear in your calendar, just in case you get busy, that you get a prompting that you go through and highlight those and make them favorites. I want to thank Kelly. I want to thank Casey and everyone from Freeman and all of you who took time out of your busy schedule to participate in this webinar. And I look forward to seeing you at the Midwinter meeting. Thank you.